When Mr. Carpenter first announced the mission, right off the bat, I knew how complex it was going to be and the many divisions there was into the mission. There were a lot of subsections that needed to be completed, and they all needed to be tackled at different times. And it was something that, as a team, we needed to work on together, because there wasn't only something that the manufacturers could do. It was something as a team that we had to build together, and it was a process where we each had to communicate. Each sub-team had to communicate with each other in order to actually design robots that could complete the mission. And so, like, the mission itself was something that, like, united the team right off the bat.
So brainstorming is one of the steps in the design process, and it's also one of the more beginning steps. So when Eclipse Technology started brainstorming, we still hardly knew each other or how we would work as a team. I was the chief scientist, so I was in charge of leading these brainstorm sessions. So I decided to take a lighter approach and just keep everyone like in a good mood while we were brainstorming. While some people didn't really want to stay super focused on the tasks, I just wanted to make sure everyone was having fun and enjoying their time. But during the brainstorming sessions, I tried my best to sort of learn everyone's personality, and that's one of the main things we learned during the brainstorming sessions, was how to work as a team. Because a lot of the times, some people had different opinions on other people's designs. So we basically just had to talk it out and make sure everyone felt like they were contributing to the overall design and work as a team. As for the robot itself, the design changed a bunch from our initial designs. We just basically kept encountering problems along the way. So basically, I feel like from the brainstorming sessions, what we really got out of it was learning more about each other more than the robot itself.
From the get-go, we've realized that testing was important because we were making a lot of designs that we didn't really know if it was going to work or not. And so testing gave us that evidence that during mission day, these designs that we came up with will work and do as we planned it in our heads.
DOG, go home.
It's working out.
Oh! Walk. Stop. Go home.
Okay, so throughout the year, our team faced many difficulties. Our main difficulty was working with a group of 20 people throughout an entire school year. This was really difficult because some people's feelings got hurt and others just lost motivation. Another problem we faced was not knowing how to use the machines. We lost a lot of time and a lot of days and materials learning how to use the machines to make the product. Also, a lot of our team members didn't know how to CAD, so we had to find a way to CAD. But with this came the trouble of communication. A lot of the people didn't communicate within the groups, so we spent a lot of days re-CADing stuff because there was no communication within the groups to produce a viable product.
So a huge challenge I had to overcome was learning how to use Inventor. I did learn back in freshman year how to use it, but it was very basic, simple, making a cube type of stuff. And then coming here, where our robots aren't simple, CADing doesn't get as simple as it used to be. I had to self-teach myself a lot of the things I know now, such as how to CAD using sheet metal, since that's a whole different thing in Inventor, plus learning more about simulations and a lot of the little shortcuts that are in Inventor. Now I consider myself really good at Inventor.
There are a few things that makes Eclipse Technologies different than previous EDD teams from other years. I remember during SPS and POC, which are critical design reviews, the teachers and other engineers that came to review our project, they would constantly tell us how we had more material than teams from previous years. But just our product alone isn't the only thing that makes us different than other teams. I feel like we really synergized with each other and we knew how to communicate really well. And also, whenever we set a goal, we would always accomplish it. Even if in the end that product wouldn't work, we would still at least accomplish that goal, and then we would be able to go on from there.
To me, it felt really rewarding to finally show what we had done in this class. I know we had a bunch of issues in the beginning, from CADing to getting the group to communicate. Then when we finally showed it, I was glad because in the beginning the robot was just drawings and CADs, and then we weren't sure if it was going to work or how we were going to build it. Then once we did build it, it was now would it walk, and it did walk, so that was another step. And it's really rewarding to know that the robot came from pictures to finally become a real product in the end.
Personally, for me, EDD has been a great experience. I've had the best of both worlds. Not only I was allowed to be in the engineering side, but I was also allowed to go into the business world, since not only do we have to do all of these robots like from scratch and design these robots, we also have to fund for these. And my job was to make building the robot possible and not make each member from the team pay for it. So this year we decided to approach small companies, and we had to convince them of how we are capable of completing this complex mission.
The reason we did outreach was because all of us here at Eclipse Technologies were inspired to pursue either engineering or business as our future. And we wanted to be that inspiration for the next generation. This aligns with our core value of inspiring all. We want to inspire all others to pursue what we pursue in our life, to be the best in engineering, to be the best in business, and to help make a change in the world. The underclassmen we chose as our interns will be the future of EDD. In the near future, they're going to be where we are now, and we want them to be able to make a robot to the best of their ability. Every year, the EDD team leaves a legacy, and we want the legacy to keep becoming greater and greater every year. So by interning these students, they'll do the best that they can do when they finally have EDD their senior year.
EDD has been an impactful experience for me. I learned a lot about myself, about the people I work with. Being in a management position meant that I had to step up a lot, and it wasn't something that I was used to. I had to know how to manage the whole team and keep everyone on a timeline, and make sure that most tasks are getting done. I learned a lot about the people I worked with. They had an impact on me because each day they would come into the classroom and give it their fullest, even though they had no reassurance that the mission was going to be completed. They had no reassurance that anything was going to be completed, but they still came in every day to give their fullest. And
why do you continue running the program?
The program seems to work. We've sent a lot of students to high-profile schools, and the students will come back after you go through an experience like this. And part of the thing that I'm into is that the students are fully empowered to do their project. I basically teach project management skills. I try and teach some design process skills along the way, a little bit of risk management, things that will help them manage a team. But the teams are fully managed by the students, projects are fully managed by the students, and I want to empower them, I want to provide opportunity for them, and I want them to discover for themselves where their true potential lies. And so, in doing a project of this nature, managing a team of 20 people is no easy task. And along the way, the students not only learn about how to manage a project, but they learn how to manage people. They learn how to manage themselves. They understand their potential a little better. And it helps cement what their college choices are. It's not a bad thing to put on a resume because our projects are all senior college level projects at the least. So they're very complicated projects. Our students can handle them. The returning students who come back and visit me tell me that it was a great benefit to them in their college careers, and so I think it's a successful program, and so we continue to do it.